When did your friends show you who they really are by abandoning you on your birthday? I always rolled my eyes when people said friendships don't survive past high school, until my closest friends started ghosting me the week before my 25th birthday. We'd celebrated every birthday together for 4 years. Always at the same restaurant, always in the same corner booth, always with the same tradition of embarrassing stories and too much wine. But the week before this birthday felt like watching a slow-motion car crash. Sarah, my best friend and gym buddy since forever, kept canceling our morning sessions with barely believable excuses about work emergencies that had never existed before. Marcus, whose constant stream of memes and random thoughts usually lit up our group chat, had gone eerily quiet, like someone had muted his personality. Even Emma seemed to be somewhere else entirely during our weekly coffee date, her eyes darting to her phone every few seconds while I talked, offering only and oh really to stories she'd normally dissect with me for hours. I told myself they were just overwhelmed with life, but maybe I'd been naive thinking we could stay close forever. Then Saturday came and I was honestly dreading going, but canceling would have made things worse. When I walked into our usual spot, they were already huddled together in intense conversation that stopped dead when they saw me. The smiles that appeared on their faces looked physically painful to maintain, and happy birthday came out in a chorus that sounded more like in question than a celebration. Throughout lunch, I felt like I was intruding on their actual plans. Marcus kept glancing at his phone like he had somewhere better to be. Emma pushed her pasta around without taking a single bite, and Sarah actually sighed, like the sound escaped against her will, when I started telling them about my promotion, before catching herself and forcing another smile that didn't reach her eyes. I went to the bathroom just to catch a break from the awkwardness, and the moment I stood up, I saw their shoulders literally relax. Once inside, I told myself I was being ridiculous, that they had their own lives, and I needed to stop being so sensitive. Except when I came back maybe 3 minutes later, they'd all disappeared, just gone. The table looked like they'd evaporated mid-meal, and the waiter was approaching with that particular brand of sympathy reserved for people eating alone on Valentine's Day, or apparently those abandoned on their birthdays. Your party already paid, he said with obvious pity. They said happy birthday. I stood there like an idiot while the entire restaurant pretended not to watch the birthday girl get ditched. I was about to grab my purse and leave when something caught my eye.